Hi, good afternoon. I'm Marla Ellerman. I'm publisher of Mobile Marketing and Technology Online and Executive Director of the Mobile Payment Conference. We're here at Transact 14, and I'm here with Matt with Coalfire, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what he does for the Coalfire and about Enough is Enough.
Okay. Well, my name is Matt Getzelman. I am the PCI Practice Director here at Coalfire Systems, and so I'm responsible for all businesses and projects that are PCI related in our industry. Coalfire primarily operates in the financial security space, so we do PCI assessments, but we also work in healthcare and federal, FedRAMP, FSMA, that type of thing. And so primarily we want to protect customer data, cardholder data for our merchant population.
Great. So since PCI compliance is so hot, let's focus on the Target breach. Target's PCI compliant, right? So how would that happen?
Well, they were validated as compliant, and so PCI compliance is kind of a point-in-time assessment, but it is just a litmus test, right? It's no guarantee that you're secure, and depending on how they were validated compliant, it could have been misinterpreted, or some things were could have been missed. And so what we really saw in light of the recent breaches was a lack of security and depth in these organizations, and a misunderstanding of how these security controls are supposed to operate.
So what does your client look like? Do you, this is an ISO acquirer show, is that really who you go after?
Well, we work with everybody in the payment chain, from the smallest mobile merchants up to large organizations, large retailers, acquiring banks, payment gateways, ISOs, all the way up to the card brands. And so everybody involved in the transaction processing chain. So
tell me, what does this mean for mobile?
Mobile is one of those emerging payment technologies where, it's a great lesson for us all to learn, because merchants don't wait for the security and compliance organizations to catch up to the technology. So we saw the merchant population adopt mobile payments long before security considerations were adopted. And so we're still a little bit in that area where it's kind of the Wild West of payment acceptance, where, these merchants, they want to be seen as differentiators. So they're going to adopt mobile technologies, whether they're secure or not. And it's our job to provide guidance to them on, you can't just, jump on the shiniest bandwagon. You do have to realize the impact to your organization.
So are there any fines that are set out to people? I mean, is there any, like from the PCI compliance, that organization, do you get fined if you're not following the guidelines?
Well, the PCI organization doesn't enforce the fines, the card brands do. So if you're a merchant and you are involved in a compromise or a breach, basically everybody up the chain from you gets to levy fines. So your acquiring bank will levy fines, the card brands will levy fines, and then of course the reputational damage is fairly priceless. So there's a lot of people up the chain that are going to take their piece, and so there's a lot of liability for merchants if something like this happens to them.
So how's the show been for you?
Fantastic. We're really excited to see all these different organizations. You get a great spectrum here at ETA Transact, from the ISOs and banks all the way to payment solution providers, and we're really excited to see the mobile pay zone this year, because we're getting a lot of information and a lot of momentum in that area.
Well, that's great, and we'll make sure that we try to give you as much coverage too. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with our viewers?
We'd like to talk a little bit about our Enough is Enough campaign. We're really trying to reduce risk to our merchants and prevent these type of compromises from occurring. So if you think that you may have been compromised and you want another organization to come in and kick the tires, do a really light forensic review, please give us a call. We'd be happy to give you some information.
That's great. And that's enough from the ETA show floor. Thanks for watching.